Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I'm just going to bring a really short tutorial to you today. I've been working with resin and using gloves. I have gloves on my hands, so if my hands look a little strange, that's why. But anyway, I wanted to use my gloves on this too because I'm going to try and keep all the glue and stuff off my hands. You guys are going to be seeing a couple of new videos from me today, or in the next couple of days I should say, that'll be put out. This is what I'm making today. I've already made one and we're going to put together the second one on camera. I wanted to do this one first so that I could make sure it was going to work out the way that I wanted it to. So this is what we're making today. Okay, so I just realized I did this upside down, but it doesn't matter because it still looks good. Anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm using one of these really great frames that I got from Kiki's Sale. Debbie Cottrell has a store on Facebook, and that's the name of the store, Kiki's Sale. And she makes these out of resin. She has molds that she uses, and she sells a whole bunch of different things. I've gotten almost all of this from Debbie at Kiki's Sale. I got the cameos, the roses, all in different sizes. I've got a little angel here. I've got some bling. These are all the items that I got from Kiki's Sale. And these are all, or most of them are going on this project today. And then I've also got this trim that I got from my friend Carol, who sent me a Happy Mail package a little while back. She sent me this trim. This is all I have left of it, and so now I'm kind of trying to be really careful about how much I use it. Anyway, I love this trim, and so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take, with this frame, what I did was I added a piece of stiff felt on the back, stiff white felt. You can get this at Walmart or Joann's. But it's the stiff kind. So don't buy the flimsy felt like this. You want the felt that is hard to the touch. Not hard, but it's not flimsy. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue these pearls around this inside, let me see, I'm looking for my glue, around this inside circle here. So I'm just going to start adding that. I guess I'll start right here at the top and work my way around. Don't go too far with the hot glue because, oh gosh, actually, I guess I'm going to start here and go around. But don't go too far with the hot glue because you want to make sure that you take your time in setting this so that it has a nice circle and it's not all misshapen. So I'm just going to, and I think I waited a little bit too long to set that down on there. One of my pearls came off, but that's okay. We'll put that back on. And the reason I kept these gloves on is because I've got a little bit of dye on my hands from working with it with my resin, and I don't want to get it on this piece because, as you can see, a lot of what I'm using here is white, and that dye does not just come off easily. So once it got on there, it would be on there for good, and I didn't want that to happen. So I figured I'll just leave these gloves on and work with them on. That way I'm not going to ruin my little frame here or anything that goes in it. And now I'm going to take my little scissors and snip this off and glue the last little bit down. And then when you're working with a trim like this pearl trim here, what happens is once you cut off an end, because it is, the pearls and things are sort of almost sort of sewn into it, they will come out. So you want to make sure that at the end of your piece that you use some hot glue or something to make sure that stays in place. So just an FYI and a little tip for everybody. So okay, I've got my pearl trim on there, and again, this is just, I'll show it to you a little closer up. It's very, very pretty and very, it gives a very vintage sort of look to my pieces. So I really enjoy using that trim. I've used it on several things and to the point where now it's almost gone. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is, as you can see with this piece, this is a Cameo piece that I got from Kiki's sale. It floats around in that center, but that's okay because we're going to be also adding some rhinestone trim, and this is a 4mm rhinestone trim that I'm going to be putting around the edge, resting on this piece of felt that I have on the bottom. But what I'm going to do with this is I am going to use my E6000 glue, and I'm just going to go around this edge here with that, because I don't want it to loosen up or come off. So this E6000 will ensure that the rhinestone trim is going to stay and not come apart. So we're just going to start it around about the same spot that we started the pearl trim, in the same area. And I'm just going to lay it down. I'll use my little stir stick here to, you can buy these stir sticks at Costco or some of those places, and if you do a lot of crafting like I do, they come in really, really handy for just various purposes. Super helpful, and I use them all the time to kind of put things in place. And this piece of rhinestone, I think I cut it just a tad too long, so I'm going to cut this last one off and see if I can get it to set in there. There we go. And you want to try and make those rhinestones look as uniform as possible when you're setting them in, so that they don't look all crooked and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to get them all in place and get them looking uniform. I have a little tiny piece of glue sticking up right here, so I want to get that off of there. Okay. So now I've got my rhinestones in there, and the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to take this floral Cameo, and this has, let me see if I can get it to focus. My camera, for some reason, has always focused really, really well, and now for some reason it's not focusing like it used to, and I don't quite understand why. It's odd. Okay, so I'm using some E6000 on the back side of this Cameo, and then I'm going to just take and dot in a couple of dry spots here on the Cameo. And I'm gonna put this, making sure I have it turned the right way. I'm gonna put it in the center of those rhinestones. And already this piece looks amazing. So that's what it looks like so far. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and start putting these roses on. And again, just like the Cameo, I'm gonna put a little bit of E6000 on part of the back side. Oh gosh, not that much. This is a tiny rose here. And I'm just putting the E6000 like on like a little part of the half of the rose. And then the hot glue is going to go on the other half. So I'm doing the same thing with the angel. This I'm not sure for sure if I'm going to use yet, so I'm not going to put it on there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some hot glue on the other side of this, and that way that hot glue is going to stick. And I think we're going to go over to this side. And next we'll go with the next bigger rose. And then the angel is going to come over to the side here. Let me just get a little dot of hot glue on her. And she's going to go over here right where I had, right where we started the pearl trim, because I always like to cover my start-stop point where I, put trim on something. So, and then I'm going to take this next rose. I need a little more hot glue here. And then I'm going to put this over by the angel here. And I think I'm going to put it right there. And where did my little rose go? Oh, there it is. Turned it over there. And I'm going to put a tiny dot of hot glue on that because it's already got the E6000. And I'm going to put that off to the other side of the angel. Right here. I didn't want to go too far with embellishments on this, but actually this frame is a little bit bigger than the other one that I did, the blue one. And so I think I'm going to be fine adding this piece. I just got this from Debbie in my most recent package from her, and I love these embellishments that she sends. They're so gorgeous. She just gets the best stuff. I'm going to put a link to her Facebook page down below, and if you get a chance, go over there and check it out because she does sales most Saturday nights. Sometimes it's every Saturday, sometimes it's every other. Right now, she's had a little bit more trouble getting stuff from her suppliers. So she doesn't have as much at sale time as she normally does. So she doesn't want to make people lose out on what they want because she's got too many people in her group. So she has kind of limited the group somewhat, but I think she's starting to really add people in right now. So you should be able to get in. If not, she'll let you in as soon as she can, so that you can get in and be a part of her sales. This is just a dangle earring that I'm adding to the bottom to give it a little bit more pizzazz. And again, I've got E6000 and hot glue. And when I use hot glue, guys, I use Gorilla hot glue because I feel like it sticks a little bit better. I'm going to add also a couple of these little rhinestones, and maybe I'll use that one that I cut off too. I'm almost out of my AB rhinestones that I have here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of E6000. I want to put a couple of these up here at the top just to add some sparkle. And this that I'm using here is my rhinestone picker, and it is my homemade rhinestone picker. I make these with candle wax and toothpicks. Why would you go out and buy rhinestone pickers when you can make your own at home? That's what I say anyway. These work really, really well, and they're easy to use. They stick to the rhinestones real well, and your pearls and your flat back pearls and things like that you want to stick on your projects, they really work well, and I don't pay anything for them. So you just have to make sure that when you're making them, whatever wax or candle you're using, make sure it's not an oily wax, because if you use an oily wax, then it's not going to work very well. It's just it won't hold on to your pearls and your rhinestones because it's the oil makes them too slippery. But that added a really good punch of sparkle to the top of this. And I'm gonna back off just a little bit with my camera here so that I can get the whole thing in the picture. Look how pretty that is, you guys. I just love these. Debbie makes the frames and pretty much everything that went inside here. She buys these pieces of embellishments and things, and then this down at the bottom is just an earring. And actually, this is something that I got from my friend Judy, who sent me some happy mail. She sends me a lot of really great things, and so she sent me a pair or two of these earrings with the pearls hanging from them, and they work awesome as a dangle charm for a lot of pieces. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a fun one to do. Didn't take too long, and make sure that if you're not already a subscriber that you hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so that you'll get notified when I put out new videos. And if you are so inclined, if you would share my video with your friends and family, if you know people that might like to learn how to make some of this stuff that I do, I would greatly appreciate it. That way I can increase my subscriber base, and when we hit 4,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. Generally, my giveaways are pretty nice things. I generally will do a video on a project, and that's what I will give away for that time. Anyway, so hit that subscribe button. Stay on the lookout for my giveaway video. It should be coming up soon. We need a little more than 100 more subscribers and we'll hit that 4,000 mark. So thanks a lot, everybody. Be blessed, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.